By the time this video comes out, I will actually be 27 years old.
Happy birthday to you.
If you guys could believe that. Even though I only feel like I'm 18 or whatever. And honestly, as I always say, age is nothing but a number. What matters more is how you feel and whether or not you're living your best life at every age. But anyways, this 27th year of my life is going to be the best one yet. But in order to make that possible, as many of you guys know, if you've been following me for any period of time, every year on my birthday, I always love to use that time to reflect on how the past year went, talk about whatever life lessons I've learned, any experience I've gained, in order to help myself as well as help you guys learn from me and to level up your own lives. So in today's video, I'm going to be trying my best to keep it to 5 of the biggest life lessons I've learned in this past year of my life. But if I go a bit overboard, forgive me for wanting to help you guys and for wanting to make this yet another amazing birthday reflection video. And of course, we're going to end it with a flex.
I eat success for breakfast.
So anyways, let's get to the video now. Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss, and if you guys didn't know, that must mean that you're not subscribed to the channel, so you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think of this video. Follow me on every platform I post regularly everywhere, so check me out anywhere. Anywhere you guys listen to content or watch content, I'm there. So support the channel, support the message, support the brand. So guys, happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. By the time this video comes out, as I said, I'll be 27 years old. And so today we're going to be spilling the tea. Shout out to my friend Avani from Lifetime. Hopefully I use that phrase in the right context. I'll have to ask her about that, but we're going to be spilling the tea on some of the biggest life lessons I've learned in this past year of my life, and we're going to be talking about how I'm going to be moving forward in this new year. We're going to be showing off the flex, the physique, and so hopefully you guys can gain some wisdom from me. The first life lesson I want to talk about is that everything is going to find a way to work out bigger and better than I ever thought it could. And as long as I'm trusting my path, following my purpose, listening to my inner voice, trusting my intuition, trusting in God, my life is going to work out incredible. It's all going to come together bigger and better than I ever thought. So now, I of course am always goal setting and visualizing everything that I want to have happen come true. But what I've come to understand is that God actually sees this massive plan for me. He sees everything coming together, but like more than I could ever even dream of. So having said that, that could also mean 10 times the amount of time when it comes to seeing all these goals come to fruition.
I'm waiting.
But it's also going to mean 10 times the amount of rewards. I've learned about this concept of divine protection, which is essentially meaning that whatever is meant to come my way is going to come my way, and whatever isn't meant for me, I'm going to be steered off that path. This could also mean with certain people. Maybe certain people aren't right for me, and so therefore by trusting in God, by trusting my own purpose, I'm going to be steered away from the things that don't belong in my life, and I'm going to be moved closer to the things that are actually meant for me. Sometimes it may be hard to see it in that moment. Maybe you really think that like this one thing is meant for you. You've been wanting this one thing to happen for the past 5 years, but then something happens that actually changes your whole perception of that. But if you resist up against that, you're actually going to be creating more issues, and you're going to be creating more pain for yourself and more suffering. But if you actually learn to flow with life,
well, you never really know, but when they know, you'll know, you know? Oh.
and learn how to take everything that happens in stride, you're actually going to be moved closer to your purpose, and you're going to reap the rewards, which, as I said, are going to be way bigger than the ones that you actually imagine for yourself initially. And that's actually one of the reasons why I've actually come to understand when certain things don't work out for me, such as when one person who I wanted to have on the podcast isn't able to come on. Then oftentimes a bigger guest or someone who was actually meant to connect with me will come on. Or for instance, let's just say one day I wanted to try to PR on one of my lifts or on my jumps, but let's just say I really wasn't feeling up to it that day.
No, Mr. Krabs, I'm okay. Honest.
No, now go home and get some rest.
So then, rather than resisting life, I actually decided to wait another day, and then oftentimes that next day I actually will hit that PR. So like, chances are, if I would have done things based on my initial plan, they wouldn't have worked out as amazing as they ultimately did when the time was right. Next up, The second life lesson I want to talk about is this idea that life is always happening for me, it's not happening to me. All of the challenges that I've encountered in my life have actually been showing me the way and have actually been showing me the path, as I've referenced numerous times in my podcast with Chance Garden. He brought up this idea of how I've been making the obstacle the way, and this really hit deep within me.
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep.
Because this is actually what I've been doing all along, but like I never actually heard it verbalized in that manner. For instance, when it came to my speech, issues, as well as all of my health issues, this could have been seen as something that had to be avoided, or something that like, why is the world against me? Why is this happening to me? But like, as I've come to understand, this is actually giving me the platform that I actually always wanted to be able to inspire everyone out there, show people that anything is possible. And taking it a step further, when it comes to creating this podcasting side of my content, early on when I first started this YouTube channel and when I first started creating content, I actually never would have thought that while still going through my speech issues, I would actually turn this into long form podcasting content. But for some reason, I felt called to do this.
I got a two-way call from the big fella himself.
To make speaking as one of my main forms of self-expression, and therefore I've actually been able to connect with so many incredible people. I have so many more incredible guest plans who are going to be coming on soon, and so I've actually taken this limitation that others would have seen as a reason to not speak up, and I've actually turned that into my strength, and I've turned it into a reason why I should speak up.
I'm flipping the script.
And also, as a result, like, I've gotten comments from people who also have like stammering and stuttering speech issues, and they've actually thanked me and said like how much they appreciate me doing what I'm doing, because it inspires them to speak up more. So like, this is like exactly what I've always wanted. And taking this a step further, as my best friend James helped me realize, there's actually a lot of perfection that's found within all of my challenges that I've been going through. He actually helped me realize, as I've spoken about on here in the past, when he was saying to me like he actually sees me as being all better already. At first I didn't fully understand what he meant by that, but then what I started to learn, what I've actually come to realize, is that like everything that I'm going through right now is actually perfect for me at this time, and I've actually leveled up my life in so many ways, and I've also leveled up my health in so many ways, and I've gotten so much better from when all these health issues started. I mean, when these health issues first started, I was only able to digest 2 foods properly. Now I'm basically eating any food out there, and so I've improved my health so much, I've improved my vitality so much, I've gotten so much stronger in the gym, in the weight room, mentally, spiritually, physically. And so what he was actually implying is that like I'm actually all better in all these other ways. And so once I actually finish the healing process from all my major health issues that I've been healing from for the past several years, then I'll actually be beyond better, because I've taken this challenge as an opportunity for me to level up all areas of my life. And this hasn't just been a physical aspect, this hasn't just been a mental aspect, this has been a holistic life aspect. What I've come to realize is that maybe everything that I'm going through right now is actually perfect for me. Maybe this is all a blessing in disguise that most other people would have seen as something that would actually hinder their growth, but like I've actually taken it as a reason to go beyond what I previously would have been capable of prior to going through all these challenges. Challenges are always going to be opportunities to level up if you actually see them as such. And there's always going to be a lot of perfection within the body, within the challenges. It's helped me connect with people who I otherwise wouldn't have ever connected with. And also like when I think about like how many people I speak to on a daily basis at the gym, it's like insane how someone with all these speech issues could be connecting at such a high level with all these people out there. And that's also like the whole reason why I've actually stopped referring to these health issues as disorders and started seeing them as daily challenges, because challenges can be overcome every day. Disorders are focusing on what's wrong. But when you actually shift the mindset, and when you shift to realizing like the body's always perfect, and also this also could be part of my larger spiritual path and my spiritual growth, then what I've come to understand is that there is nothing wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with my life, it's all happening for me, it's not happening to me. The third biggest life lesson that I've taken with me in this past year is to speak up no matter how unpopular it is, no matter how many nasty comments get thrown at you.
You suck!
But like standing up for what you believe in is always gonna be rewarded more than the person who just goes along to get along. And this is also a reminder that I can handle anything that life throws at me, and you can handle anything that life throws at you as well, because God would never give you more than you can handle. Oftentimes God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. This doesn't mean like every person has this path where they have to go through the hardest things in life in order to become their highest selves, But like for those of us who do, oftentimes it means that we're actually able to handle these difficulties because we're part of the light workers of the world who are supposed to help people find truth, who are supposed to help people feel empowered, seek their own light. And it's not always going to be easy, especially because not everyone out there is ready to hear some of these messages that I've spoken about. Not everyone is on the path of seeking truth. A lot of other people out there are living in willful ignorance because they see ignorance as bliss, even though that's not actually true.
Ignorance is bliss.
But like, even though I've been shadow banned this past year, even though I've been finding more challenges with getting my message out there, I wouldn't trade anything that I've spoken about on here for the world, because it's also connecting me to my higher self. It's connecting me to people who I otherwise wouldn't have been able to connect with. It's helped me to inspire more people. Those of you who've been ready to hear these messages, those of you who are ready for the personal responsibility that comes with knowing that you're this divinely created creature who didn't just land here by accident. And when you do stand up for what you believe in, you're always going to be in the majority because it's never going to be just you. It's God alongside you, and you're going to find your tribe because your vibe is always going to attract your tribe. And so if you're just living to please algorithms or please society, you're going to be attracting more of that fakeness into your life, as opposed to the people who are also on their own spiritual paths, who are on the paths to becoming their highest selves. And that's always going to be the more fulfilling path, the way I see it. This walk isn't for everyone, but as when it comes to all my dreams I'm chasing after, you're always going to have haters, you're always going to have doubters, but like then there's going to be you proving everyone wrong as long as you stick with it for long enough. Number 4, the fourth life lesson I want to talk about that I've gained so much from within this past year is to live the best life for you. Not the one that society wants for you, not the one that your peers want for you, not the one that gets told to you on the mainstream media. Live your best life. What do you desire? What do you love to do for fun? What things in life fill you up with so much joy that end up making you a better person and one who wants to spread more love and positivity to the rest of the world? And this also brings me to a very interesting quote that I actually heard the other day from Tom Barnett when he was speaking at the End of COVID Summit put out by my bro Alex Zach. He said that chronic disease and chronic illness comes when you're not the agent of your desires. So what does this mean? This means put yourself back in control. Ask yourself what it is that you really desire, rather than following what everyone else is doing.
Just because you want us to be more like them, when the truth is we're not like them, and I am damn proud of that fact.
Or what everyone else is trying to pull you into, because when you do that, you're not going to be living the life that's meant for you.
Why can't we both exist, huh? You can have your grades and your rules and your structure and your ivory towers, and then we'll do things our way. Why do we have to conform to what you want?
You're going to be living below your potential. You're going to be living just to fit in as opposed to stand out as this incredible individual that you are. And a lot of this comes back to doing things when they're right for you, because timing is going to be different for everyone. Everyone's on a different path. We all have our own challenges. We all have our own obstacles to overcome. And just because you might see other people doing something doesn't mean that doing that is right for you. We all have individual paths. We're all unique, and it's so important to embrace that. Embrace your own unique journey, because realistically that's the only path to fulfillment, and that's the only way for you to bring your best light into the world. So remember, don't follow the crowd, no matter how enticing it seems, no matter how much the mainstream media bashes you if you don't, no matter how many people on their social media feed appear to be doing it just to fit in. Stand out and live as your best self, and this is going to lead to more vitality, more vibrancy, and a happier, healthier life. Number 5, the 5th powerful life lesson that I want to talk about in this video is to always remember your why. Remember why you started. Remember why you're doing what you're doing, because this is going to get you through any obstacles, through any challenges that come your way. As long as you always have that North Star in mind, as long as you have a why and then you figure out a how, you're always going to find a way. You are your own best expert for how to live your best life. Some of this takes getting in touch with the silence, and allowing God and the universe to flow through you and getting in touch with your highest self. But sometimes that vision could get clouded through all the challenges that get thrown at us. But remember, these challenges aren't meant to be avoided. They're actually there to show you the path, show you the way. Life is all about lessons and blessings. Your outer world is always going to be a mirror of your inner world. And so when problems arise, see them as lessons that need to be learned in order for you to jump up to the next level along your path, as opposed to something that's essentially meant to get you to play a different game. Now for some additional lessons, because as I said, I did have a lot that I wanted to talk about in this video, and so I don't want to hold it back from any of you guys. First off, sometimes you can need to have extra faith. Faith is actually a belief that it's possible without actually seeing it. So like sometimes you may not always see the results right away. You may have to be on a path for 5-10 years and then only get a piece of the puzzle. And much of this could be applied to my whole dunk journey, much of it could be applied to my whole healing journey, but like every 0.1% that you receive is a reminder to keep going. You're not always going to have the benefit of seeing it and then you believe it. Your faith is going to have to be so strong in order to reach your highest goals, but don't let it stop you from maintaining that belief as strong as possible, and don't let that deter you from remembering why you started in the first place. Next up, every person who comes into my life, whether someone who's there for a brief period of time or someone who stays for many years, every person who's come into my life has a purpose there. And so some of these people were meant to show me a reflection of myself at that time. Some of these people have been meant to show me how much I've leveled up beyond them, beyond that frequency. Not everyone is meant to stay for the long term, but like seeing the people who aren't meant for you is going to make you appreciate the people who are your best friends, who are part of your tribe, who are going to become part of your family that much more. You're going to appreciate them so much more when you see all these people who aren't meant for you. But like remember that like even the people who are only meant to stay for a brief period of time, they still have a purpose in your life, and so you don't want to neglect any opportunities to connect with people, even if that person is only going to stay for a short period of time. There's a purpose for everyone there, and I believe that like that's like one of the reasons why God puts certain people in our path and in our life. It's all because we're designed to learn from everyone and to be able to download more experiences and more knowledge for ourselves as we continue along our path. So appreciate everyone who comes into your life, have gratitude for them. Even if they turn out to be horrible, mean people, they could still have a purpose in your life that you didn't realize at the time, but like looking back later on, it's oftentimes going to make perfect sense why that person was in your life at that period of time. And lastly, the last point I want to make for this video is, I know I've said this a million times, but like it's worth repeating over and over again. Our words matter, the way that we talk about ourselves matters, how we see ourselves matters, because we all have the power of manifestation. We all have the power to speak things into existence. We can speak our goals into existence, or we can speak whatever we don't want to have happen into existence. The choice is yours. You have free will. God bless us all with free will. And it's so important to remember this. When we're speaking about our goals, when we're speaking about ourselves, try your best to avoid any self-deprecating talk. Remember how special you are, how you were put on this earth for a reason at this time, and let's get it. Let's make this new year of life for me the best one yet. Let's inspire more and more people. Let's reach our goals together, because you're either going to win with us or you're going to watch us win.
Win with us or watch us win.
And now it's time for my annual physique check, just because I like to always make sure that my body's looking good, because when I look good, I feel good. But to keep me accountable, to make sure that all the gains I'm making are in proper order, body-wise, because I know that all my gains are in order spiritual-wise and mental-wise. And trust me, my progress in all areas of life is going to continue to keep growing, keep leveling up, even through the obstacles I've been through, even through all the hardest challenges that many of you guys will never see or never know about. I know that it's all meant for my greater purpose, and this year's going to be incredible.
Well, miss, I guess I'll be on my way now. You just give me a...
you guys like the physique. Hope you guys appreciate the fit check. Hope you guys are working hard on your physiques, are working on all of your wildest dreams. And anyways, I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to drop a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know how you think this new year is going to be for me. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.